Okay. Episode 84. Arno Honstetter.
Ochenta
Damn it.
Start
Sorry.
again.
Work on your German.
Jesus. Episode 84. Arno Honstetter. Take two. Because you were here before.
I think you said, oh, yeah.
Right? Second time.
I mean,
here.
take two on the
take two
on the thing. Take
and then-
second time here.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, Arno.
This is like he was like our second or third episode that we did.
Well, let's get started.
Yeah, let's go.
As always, we got Gunny Mathison, Joe Schmidt, and our special guest today, Arno Honstetter.
Hi.
I did better than Joe, I think, on that, didn't I?
Yeah, no, I kind of
How do you
Just a little
pronounce
bit.
it? How do you pronounce it?
Not very well.
Yeah,
It's
but
very hard if you speak English all the time and then try to say
okay, we'll say it as best you can.
Honstetter.
Honstetter.
Same than Martin.
Eine
Mürstetter.
kleine Mürstetter, Honstetter. They're a bunch of Stetters.
Lots of Stetters.
I'll be Mathstetter. You guys can be Schmidt-Stetters.
Schmidt.
A lot of Schmidts happening over there. Look at them hats.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
A lot of Schmidt happening
That's
here.
right, Team Schmidt.
I didn't get one.
So, what are you doing in town? Oh, by the way, congrats. You were the leading level 3 money earner this year, right? By a long ways.
I think so.
Yeah.
By a long ways, I think.
You were second in level 3 at the Futurity,
Yes, sir.
and you won every other level 3 across the world.
Not every, but yes.
But damn near.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's
You want
good.
to talk about it?
We can.
Okay. Kate told me to ask you, how come you're so good in the level 3 finals, but you're not making the level 4 finals? Kate told me to ask you that.
Yeah, thanks, Cade.
That's a very McCutcheon-esque thing to do.
I wish I would know. I can give you an explanation for the Futurity. For Fort Worth, I cannot. But other than that, I made the level 4 finals everywhere this year.
Because I just had a feeling at the Futurity you were going to have a big run in the 3 finals. Because that's what you do. You go out. You're freaking
just
hard to
good.
get around in the 3 finals.
And you
like,
led.
big time.
You led almost the whole
Draw one.
deal, right? Yeah, you were 22.
So Casey went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the little horse I showed at the Futurity, is a brother to the other horse I showed all year. And
Okay. Explain it like you're explaining it to a 6th grader. It's a Spook's Got a Whiz.
yes, out of Miss McDreamy.
Miss
which
McDreamy.
My other horse, the Derby horse I did well on, is a Gunny Mathison out of Miss McDreamy.
Okay. And she was by Magnum out of Lipstick Jungle.
Yes, a big checks mare.
Yep. Big checks.
And so the little horse has a fusing hawk, which never bothered him until the night before I had to show him. And I looked at my wife. I said, I can't make this horse run anymore. And it's never been an issue. Like, he's a lazy horse, but when you wrap your legs around him and you take him down there and you let go, he always stops. Well, we weren't doing that anymore the night before, and I ran out of time. I couldn't do anything. So after I showed him, I messed up my right lead stop, which cost me making the level. I was a 17 and a half, I think I was, the first go. Took an 18 to make it. And I had my right rollback was a -1/2 because he over rolled back. Then I went almost across the middle, and then -1/2 my right lead stop. I was 3 or 3.5 before I started stopping him, the first go. And so I took him to the vet. Long story short, they worked on it, injected his hawk and whatever, and then second go was great, then finals was great. So that's what happened at the Futurity. And in Fort Worth, I drug a lead on the Gunny Mathison, which he's never done before, but he can do it because he's so lazy. So that's my answer for Cade. That's what happened.
Well,
But it also goes to show that, I mean, you kind of need things to line up for you to do well at the Futurity. And you
Yes.
just had one
little bump.
unfortunate
One maneuver,
circumstance, the day before you show. I mean, it's not like he wasn't great 2 days before that. He was probably fantastic. But
And both other times I showed him in Tulsa, and I was a 19.5. Actually, him and me tied for the level 3 in Tulsa on that horse. And then I marked the 23 on him in Scottsdale, and it felt easy both times.
Yeah, it's crazy when you think about it. What it takes. My mare missed the finals by 1.5 points, which is enough. That's a considerable amount, except when you think over 2 runs, however many maneuvers that is, over 2 runs, it's one maneuver for 1/2 a point.
Yes.
Makes the difference. I mean, it's so tight. And I think I said before, like, I feel like the mare I showed, those 2 runs any other year would have made the finals. But this year, it was just so deep and so tough. And I mean, it was a good Futurity. I thought it was the deepest Futurity that I guess for sure that I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I mean, it was, and a lot of new guys in the finals. You know, there were a lot of the foreigners that we hadn't seen there before. Has Mirko been in the finals before? Do you guys know?
The level 3, I think, last year, because he won the level 3 last year, but not in the
Yeah,
level 4.
he did
I
on
don't think.
the Red Dun
Yes.
colt. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, but not in the 4.
not in the 4. But he's new here though too. He's only been here for 2-3 years.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of new guys in the
Yeah,
finals.
but like special horses, like you're saying, there was a few just special, really cool looking horses.
Man, unbelievable.
Arno's horse is special, and he didn't make the level 4 finals.
Yeah.
I mean, for a guy that's been second in the Futurity and won $1 bajillion to say it was easy, that's a special horse.
It's a very, very good-minded horse.
I think a good point that you made, and I don't know if you made it on the show last time, but you made it to me personally. You love the horse you showed. You loved him. You liked him as much as any horse you've ever showed.
Yep.
But then looked around. You're only level 4 next year.
Yep.
And you look around at what's out there, and you're like, what am I going to do? I mean, he's a super good, 73.5, 74 type horse.
Great horse, but there was 5 or 10 in those open finals that were special horses, like generational horses. And to keep him and compete with those guys, and that's scary. I want to sleep next year. I don't want to wake up and go, oh, the fireman,
Yeah.
a miracle medallion.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to wake up out of a bad dream.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
big dream.
And a lot of horses change, I think. Like, I've seen a lot of horses not make the finals at the Futurity and then come back and win like 150, 250,000 as a 4-year-old, which I think happens a lot, actually.
And
I
it
think
goes
that-
the other way, too.
Yes, yes, correct.
I think that horse could have done that too. The one I had, he's an awesome horse. I loved him. He was going to get better, and he had been getting better. I think your horse would be better if I got to ride him. I think I like him more.
My little horse.
Yeah. But yeah,
A lot of people actually said that to me last week.
they said Gunny would look good on that one.
No, they would look good on him. I said, Mandy asked me first, and they said, we don't care about Mandy.
Yeah.
So what are you doing in North Texas? Because it's kind of a funny story because you're staying at my house, and I didn't know that. And I called Gunny today at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I said, no, it was noon. It was noon because I was going to lunch.
Yeah.
And I
Hey,
said-
are we shooting a show tonight?
Yeah. And he called me, actually. And I said, I don't have anybody yet, but he said, well, I think Arno's coming to town. Oh, really? Yeah, he's staying at your house. Oh, really? All right.
Well, okay. I'm going to school for 2 days, making bits and spurs.
The School of Mathison.
Mathison
Yes.
Spurs and Technologies.
Yes. So I told I told Kate I was coming. He told Mandy, and then she texted me. It's like, you're staying with me, right? And I said, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So that's how that.
How far is it to Gunny's? That's what he said.
I'll come pick you up, buddy, so she can have her own. I'll give you your own vehicle so she can have her own vehicle so you can just
She
leave.
doesn't need a vehicle. She just follow Mandy around all weekend.
Where y'all going? Shopping.
We don't know yet.
Can I go?
I'm looking right
No.
now what we're gonna do.
Arno, I'll write the instructions down. I want to go hang out with them.
Perfect.
So how long you been doing the Spurs and stuff?
Probably a year. No, probably about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about a year.
I mean, you're pretty addicted.
He's been
to
banging
it, right?
out Spurs like crazy. They look awesome, too.
But, and you started like making them out of rasps, and that's pretty tough, right?
Yes. Well, no, I actually tried. I watched the Billy Clapper show, and I tried to make it out of one piece.
But you did make a set of one piece,
Yes,
didn't you?
I did, and that was my first pair I tried. Nah, that was very. I don't know how to say this.
Labor intensive.
Wow.
Janky.
Yes.
No,
I
they
thought
weren't
that's how
janky.
had
They were
to be
good.
done.
Good.
And then he showed me how to
Yeah, because making them on one piece, that's tough.
And I didn't have any jigs or anything. I just had an end bolt, a bunch of hammers, pliers, forge, and here I went.
Yeah.
Dude, I went and picked up a hydraulic press a couple days ago.
Nice.
16-ton hydraulic press, so it won't be that much work anymore.
Okay.
Just push a button, go.
Oh, and it's electric hydraulic, so you just hit the button. You don't have to crank it down or anything.
No, you just hit a button.
Nice.
So what made you decide to get into? Do bits also, or just spurs?
No, my good friend Martin and me, we just always. I worked for Randy Paul, so I did snaffles with him. He showed me how to make snaffles for a few days, and I really liked it, but I've never had a garage or even a shop or anything. So then I got to be friends with Martin really good, and we'd always make snaffles or bits or change mouthpieces and shanks around and everything. So I started doing that, and then I told him, man, I wish I could, make a pair of spurs because I really like different kinds of spurs and whatever. So then one day I decided, okay, I'm going to try it. So I tried it, but then I called Gunny. It's like, man, there's got to be an easier way to do this. And then I went out. When was it?
For the Derby.
I think
after
so.
the Derby, you came for a couple days.
Yeah, and he showed me, and then I've been trying and still trying. But I just make about 1 pair, 2 pair a week.
How long
Was
have
it
you been doing
was it for the Derby or the Legacy sale?
Maybe
Legacy
legacy.
Might have been the
sale.
Legacy sale.
Yeah.
7 years.
7 years?
Yeah, 7 years.
And
I took my first engraving class 7 years ago. Anyway, I didn't know how to make spurs by then, but I was tinkering with the TIG welding and the making bits and stuff. And
How long does it take you to make a pair of spurs?
blank with no silver on them, just the steel, probably around 12 hours. The way that we're doing it,
How many hours does it take you to make?
like a gold necklace with a cool lamb, like $1 million mama necklace. That takes about 10 minutes, but it also takes about 10 years worth of knowledge, which I have not acquired yet.
3 more years.
Couple
You only
more.
need 3 more years.
Couple more
Yeah,
years.
right?
Yeah, a couple more years.
Yeah.
No, but the beautiful part about making spurs and bits is like what we do for a living, our job. We wake up early in the morning and we work our ass off, and we end up in the same spot that we started the day off. And you very rarely see or feel like you accomplish anything. You can't see what you accomplish on a day-to-day basis with horses. It takes weeks or months. And with something tangible like metal, he can come in 2 days. We can bang out a really cool pair of spurs and go, wow, we turned that pile of crap into this. This is cool. So it's more of a rewarding, like a mow your lawn type of feeling. Like
More,
it's a very
more gratification.
yeah,
Quicker.
it's instant gratification. So that's why I like to do it. I'm sure that's why you like doing it too. And we use the stuff. I mean, we're tinkering, and that's what Randy was cool because he would tinker with bridles and go, try this, So
No, and it's fun when we can make that stuff and then give it to our friends, and when we actually use
I
it.
like that. Yeah.
I remember a few years ago, the last year the NRBC was down in Katy, we made the finals, and I was sitting next to Sean McBurney. There was a bunch of stall parties that year. We're just hanging out at stalls, and I'm wearing a pair of spurs that I showed him. They got silver on them. They were cool. And he goes, dude, I like those spurs. Dude, you would love these spurs. Here, I took them off and gave them to him. I made them. So I just said, here, you can have them. I don't know. That's cool for me, just to be able to give that stuff away and to make it for Cade and then have him win the Futurity in a bit that I made and the pair of spurs that I made, or to give Mandy those spurs and watch her be successful in them. That's cool.
Yeah. And the spurs I use are yours.
Yeah.
So-
Giving him a couple of them.
Yeah. No, it's fun.
No, and it's nice having something that you can do, like you're saying, after we're done riding, that turns your brain off from the horses, and then you can just work on that sort of thing and figure them out.
So what do you do after the Futurity, Arno, other than work on spurs? And so do you, I know I talked to a lot of guys don't. They just kind of get off the ride for a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks. What do you do?
No,
He's been back riding already.
I started on Monday after the Futurity, but I just ride 2-year-olds. I don't ride anything else.
Yeah.
I just ride the 2-year-olds, and spend a lot of time going over like planning for the next year, like with the mares and the babies. Sure, what you do to fill out all my contracts for what I want to breed and how many babies I want, and try to figure all that out. And then I go to the shop and work with metal.
How many mares are you guys breeding?
So I have probably 10 or 11 mares, but I'm trying to put down between 25 and 30 babies every year.
Now, those yours are storybooks.
Those are all the clients I have.
Gotcha.
That's the ranches plus all my clients.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And that's a reasonable number. I mean, some people want to get 3, 4, 5 babies out of each mare a year. Sometimes it's just not even feasible with stud fees and getting the days lined up and flushing embryos and making sure it works.
Yeah.
So
The breeding business is it's tough because there's such a small group of horses at the very top end of the, when you're looking through what studs you want to pick. I mean, it's tricky because you can, even the ones at the very top end, you can find things you don't like about them and find things that you do like about them. And I mean, that's for me, when I start going through that, it's tricky when you start trying to decipher, okay, because we all know, like probably and I'm not going to name names because I don't want to run anybody's horses down, but probably the best horse I ever rode was by a horse that wasn't extremely popular out of a horse that wasn't extremely popular. So you don't always know, what's going to work. Sometimes and sometimes that off-bred one is the best one and the one that lasts the longest, because he's not doing that because that's how he's bred. He's doing that because that's how he is. That's just who he is.
I was talking to a guy from Michigan today about breeding business, and we brought up Wimpy's Little Step, and I just said, not many people were riding Sons of New Checks to Cash before Wimpy. I mean, he was really a freak his year, and then boom.
Great example. And his mother really never produced
Anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think it changed a lot too, because I remember when I came over here, now everybody looks, yes, we like the studs, but everybody looks at the mom, right? If you go look at a horse, you look at the mom, what the mom produced or what she did. There was none of that when I came over here. We walked through the barn, it's like, oh, that's a smart Chicolina. This is a Topsail Whiz.
This is a Gray Starlight.
Yeah,
this is a...
And it's like, oh yeah, it's out of that kind of bred mare. But it didn't go any further than that. Like it wasn't that important to the people I was around. I know that her dad was a little bit different already. Like he had it more figured out. Like he kept breeding the same mares.
Bob
and stuff.
Loomis.
Loomis,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
But other than that,
Yeah, it was just a stud.
yes, it got it's so advanced now, and like the mares, I think is.
Yeah, Gunny and I always sit at we have a table right there in the front row of the NRHA Futurity sales and the Legacy sales. And I'll gamble on one that's by a stud that I don't necessarily love if it's out of a great mare.
Yeah.
I won't do it the other way around.
Yeah.
If it's out of a mare that's had 10 colts and 2 of them have won, 10,000 apiece, I don't care who it's by. She's kind of put on paper, she's proven to be not a producer.
Yeah.
So you got to. And now it just costs enough to have them and to train them and to get them there that you're better off making sure that you got, ones that the public's going to like too.
Yes.
In the last couple of years, the Perfect Partners have partnered on a yearling every year, and they've all made money. And this year, old Tom buys one early in the sale, and I spent the rest of the sale trying to talk him into buying half of it, buying it from him, buying part of it, and it was nope. Selfish guy down there.
Unbelievable.
I mean, I thought we were friends. I mean, Perfect Partners. We only did nothing but good work together, and now
Well, let me ride him for 6 months.
the Perfect Partnership.
see.
The Perfect Partnership has closed.
Yeah, no, like that was fun when it lasted, but
3 years in a row, we made money on all 3.
Yeah, so what's the reasoning? Why are you shutting him down?
because we didn't make that much money.
Yes,
No.
we did.
We made a little money.
We made a little money, and he did none of the work.
I did
All he
none
had
of
to
the-
do was
I
sit.
did absolutely none of
All
the
he
work.
had to do was sit there and collect checks.
You're
okay?
not into that anymore.
Yeah. No, I would do that, but not on the one I bought. I didn't want to do it with him because I really liked him.
Joe, you know how it works. That's what he does every day.
Yeah, I know.
There collects checks.
Yep. Nice.
Did you buy any yearlings at the sale?
No, I did not.
You have enough.
I bought 2 myself, and yes, I have like 25 of them. But I bought one not from you, but from your friend, and you sold it to him. So I bought that one.
Oh
and,
yeah. Do you need to sell some yearlings?
No, not right now.
You don't?
No, I like all of them right now.
Okay.
How many?
We're not
How?
coming shopping then. Do you have a ghost in here?
My wife, I think it's Megan Reckon's shop back there.
Okay. There's somebody in there.
How many? Very important question. How many Diet Dr Peppers do you go through at
Yeah.
30?
A Futurity.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough question. I thought you were going to ask me a day, and then I.
Well,
would
how
answer.
many do you go through a day?
Yeah, we can do
Depends
the math.
in the
level of
situation.
stress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The days up to the go round, the low stress days.
20.
And okay.
Jesus.
Okay. First go round days,
30.
30?
Some, yeah.
semifinals days, and the night before the
Oh
semis.
boy, I don't know. I
Okay.
couldn't even tell you.
We're just. I think
That's
30
unreal.
I think 30.
Isn't that crazy?
You
That's
can't.
it's
that crazy?
unreal.
You can't drink 30 a day.
Does he drink that many?
30 a day. Isn't that wild?
That's unreal.
Dude,
Well-
does your piss just bubble up out of the toilet? I mean, it's so carbonated.
I saw this on Facebook today. My blood is Dr. Pepper. Basically, my blood type is Dr.
Okay,
Pepper.
well, I mean, we're going to pick the middle number around all those days and say he drinks 30 a day.
Yeah.
You drink
At the horse show, I
you
would,
drink 400 during the Futurity. You drink
crazy?
400 Diet Dr. Peppers.
you count it. You asked.
Well,
just
that's
did
what
the
he's
math.
doing. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
just did the
do a
math.
little-
That's
They
a
did at one
little
horse
average.
show. At one horse show, they saved the cartons. They came in and they counted. I don't remember if it was at the. I think it was at the Derby.
Yeah.
Which is 8-day show, 7-day show.
The Derby.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 200.
It's a little longer this year, wasn't it? A little longer the Derby because they.
Yeah, so two.
Okay.
Yeah.
240, 250.
How many cartons?
think they said
20.
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
How many?
Dude,
how
that's-
many are in a carton?
12.
12.
Yeah,
So yeah, about 240.
240. Do you drink it at home too?
Oh yeah, that's it. That's all you drink, right? Because I have this conversation with you every year about how much you drink, and you don't drink water. It's just Diet
Dude,
Dr.
if
Pepper.
Ranch Fuel got you hooked up like Dr. Pepper or Diet Dr. Pepper,
gonna be
you would
over.
keep them in business single-handedly.
Unfortunately, yes.
But now you were telling me at the horse show you started this new diet that you only eat like once a day,
Yes,
right?
once a day.
But just tell the folks out there what your diet was before that, because you said you lost a lot of weight on this new diet,
Yeah.
but your old diet was pretty extreme
Yeah,
too,
it was-
right?
It was just Whataburger 3 times a day. His old diet.
No, I don't.
His
no.
new
No,
diet
I
is
think it was,
Whataburger 1 time
there
a
was
day.
pizza involved.
Yeah,
the
so I
first part
had
of the
I,
day.
I had breakfast every day, which is some kind of bread like croissant, waffle, pancake with Nutella on it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Nutella.
And
He
then
is European.
yeah, the European breakfast.
I don't do breakfast anymore. And I used to have pizza for lunch, 2 slices of the Rosati's pizza. I don't know if you know what Rosati's pizza is. It's like a chain from Chicago. It's
Chicago.
Chicago.
style
Chicago.
pizza. And
It's in the
like
deep
Pizza
dish.
Hut. Yeah, it's a thicker kind of. Yeah, so they're pretty big slices.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was for lunch, and then pretty much a cheeseburger with fries and a milkshake for
And a
dinner.
milkshake,
yeah.
So, if
But
anybody-
now he's cut back.
Yeah.
Now
Just
he's
does the
just
cheeseburger,
does the
fries,
cheeseburger
and the milkshake.
on the
Yes.
way home, right?
Yes.
I ordered on the way home. Yeah,
Yeah.
from the barn.
And you said driving home is just so exciting because
Yeah. And it's usually now, since I make the spurs, my going home turns into between 9 and 10:30 at night, because I'm done at 7-ish at the barn. So I go to the shop, and then I stay at the shop until I feel relieved, like I keep working on stuff till I accomplish something, and then I go home.
Yeah. No, hey, it's tough. Diet's tough.
Yeah.
You know, after the Futurity, I was like, okay, I always gain weight after the Futurity. I'm going to give myself 10 pounds. till the first of the year, 10 pounds. The first week we were home, I already gained 8, and now I got to diet for the rest of the year. It's like,
But you said before you're real good. You've lost a lot of pounds, like hundreds of pounds over and over. But I don't think you lose it. You're just good at cutting weight. You just cut weight and then gain it back and then cut it and gain it back like a fighter. I mean, you don't have the physique of a fighter, but it's the same type
It's
of
water
thing.
weight is what you're saying.
Yeah,
he gets in
it's
the sauna and sweats it out.
He's not losing weight. You're just cutting weight.
You just
no,
get rid
that's
of water.
not true.
Well, what do you think, John? You know a lot
That's
about
not
fitness, right? I mean, it's cutting weight, right?
No,
Yeah,
but I'm not cutting weight. My pants fit better.
But you're cutting weight for a short period of time. You're not actually losing it.
What
a bit of a roller coaster.
define short period of time,
Yeah,
Joe.
exactly.
I don't
I'm not-
like where this conversation's going again.
Well, it's coming down your end of the table here pretty quick.
This conversation is going to end up with them fat shaming me. So can we just talk about Arno doing good at the Futurity and doing good all year long?
When he called me the other day, he said, about the weight thing, he said, I've been drinking so much water, I think it's the water.
Yeah, I gained 8 pounds in a week, and I told Mandy, I said, I've been drinking a lot more water. I wonder if it's the water.
That's doing it.
Yeah. She laughed at me.
Yeah. No.
But in the summer, it's easier too, or working up to the Futurity. Now it's cold. You don't ride as many horses. When I ride 15 horses and it's 120, and I ride all day.
Yeah.
I mean, I even lose weight when I eat not when I eat real bad, but when I eat twice a day.
Gotcha.
But when I was eating one time a day, I literally went from, I think I lost 25 pounds. What was I, like 187 was my lowest, and I was at 215
Oh, wow.
at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty fat.
That's pretty fat. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're just diet Dr. Pepper, though, right? You try to stay healthy with just a diet.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't like
You don't do the
I don't like
regular.
the regular. That's too much.
Yeah. It's too much. Yeah.
The diet
30.
feels.
Zero sugar,
Yeah. Ranch fuel.
Zero
natural
sugar, 10
caffeine,
10
no
calories.
artificial colors,
Yeah.
real cowboy energy.
10 calories right there.
Nice.
That's what you do.
That's how you
wanna
change. That's how you change the subject, right there,
You
boys.
want to stay on top of your game. Ranch fuel.
Yeah. Just drink 30 of those a day.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
Yeah. No, I couldn't.
I actually kind of want to get back on talking about what levels everybody's going to be in next year, because I think I'm probably just going to be level 4. I'm going to be close to the bubble. Won 105,000 this year, but a couple thousand came in the category 1, so I'm at like 103 as far as eligibility is concerned. It's going to be close this year because there was way more money, way more horse shows.
How much did you win?
105,000.
Yeah, no.
What was the category 1? Your slide contest?
No,
No,
category
that's
1's
category
just
11.
weekend stuff.
Oh, that's right.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Where are you going to be at, Tom? How did 2024 make out for you? Where were you in the leading number, like level 3 rider rankings?
How'd that end up?
Did you go to a bunch of horse shows?
I'm a little bit lower than that. I don't know where I'm going to end up, to be honest with you. I won about 37,000. I had a bit of a rough go this year.
Okay. Well, I didn't mean to rub it in.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I think you plotted it.
Yeah, I knew where that was coming.
Well,
my eyes aren't good. I saw that baby coming from a mile away.
Well, as much times as I've been fat shamed on this show, you kind of deserved it. Okay? You kind of deserved it.
But the highlight was probably of your year. You did tie with the number 1.
I did.
Yes.
I went head to head with Arno, who's the number 1 level
Yeah.
3 guy.
Yeah.
Where did you tie at?
Tulsa.
Tulsa.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Big time.
Yep. And then from there, he
you
went
fall
up
out
and I
lead?
went down.
Did you fall out of lead or something?
Shit.
I'm sorry, Tom. I'm usually not the mean guy on the show. I feel bad about it.
No, you don't.
I do.
And it's all right. It's all right. I went to the Futurity knowing that I had to step up, and I didn't do it.
Well, you did come out after you showed your mare. You came out and you were like, "Yeah, level 2 next year." I mean, you did.
Yeah, I
You
was being a little bit sarcastic.
Yeah.
A little
I
bit.
mean,
It's better to say that than chunk your shaps at your wife or,
Yeah.
or beat the shit out of your medicine box like I did.
yeah. No, he was trying to have a good attitude about it. It wasn't. I know you weren't real
Well,
excited.
at that point, it's like,
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
What else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I had no penalties and marked a 217.5. I was like, well, fuck. What else are you gonna do?
Yeah. And Jennifer Reynolds didn't grab you for an interview right away either.
No.
So
I watched your run though, and that mare looked really good.
Yeah.
You could have marked her You could have marked her 20. I don't know why they marked you 17.
Well,
You rubbed some people the wrong way
in,
lately.
in fairness, I've had probably 15 people tell me that, but it doesn't matter. You got to go do it. I don't think they're not trying to mark me. I just didn't do enough.
She just looks so easy when she does it.
Yeah.
Like when I watch her, like all year, like when I watched her, she looks so pleasant and easy that some horses who look a little bit
Yeah.
uptight, I think sometimes the judges, and it shouldn't be that way, but that's
Lulls
the only
them,
thing.
lulls
yeah.
them to sleep to where
Yeah.
they say 0 instead of plus half.
Yes, but it was a half all day. You know
Yes,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
And it was easy for everybody to do. Everybody else could have gotten on and done it.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
Yeah.
I agree.
But I'm not going to complain about any of the judging because that just is what it is. And you got to, like I've said before, you got to throw enough good shit at them often enough where they're expecting it. And I haven't done that the last year or two. So they're not expecting it. And you can watch them when some guys walk in the pen, you can watch them sit up in their chair. And you just got to do it enough to where you make them sit up in the chair. It's like they always say we're all UFC fans here, and they always say, "Don't leave it to the judges.
Yeah.
Don't make them guess."
We were talking earlier about, Tom knew when you made the finals, he knew you were going to be pretty good in those finals. But I actually think you're pretty good at preparing horses in general for finals because we've seen you do it. I mean, when you worked for Andrea, you did it a couple times. Took a horse that maybe didn't look great the night before and we're second on him the next day, Is there something that you do, or is there some part of your program or some part of your confidence that makes you so good at getting horses ready the night before finals?
you're referring of horses who maybe don't want to play the game. Yeah. Or
Horses that do play the game. It doesn't matter. Like, I think
Yeah,
you've
just
been
any horse.
any horse. You've been successful this year in a lot of final situations. Level 3, level 4, whatever. You've been there. You won $300,000 this year. Is there something that you do that makes you successful getting horses ready in the finals that maybe you see other people getting ready for finals going, "Oh, that's a bad idea"?
So actually, I'm more relaxed getting ready for a finals because I look at it a little bit different. Like, it doesn't matter at that point anymore because I made the finals. Like, for the go-round, I'm sometimes more nervous. I drove all the way here. I brought the horse. I don't want to mess up. Like, when I get ready for the finals, I just try to get the horse to do everything at his best. So the night before, get him wound up or tighter in everything I can, and I don't play it safe. I want that horse to...
How do you test that limit to where you're doing that, but you're not doing it stupidly either? Like, you're not you in that situation explaining it like that. It'd be very easy to overdo it too. How do you manage that then?
At this point, I know the horse pretty good.
Gotcha.
And
You just trust your work that
yes,
you're doing.
yes.
Yeah, you don't go past what you know they've already done at home every day. So
Yeah.
But I think I show better in the finals too than I do in the go-round because I don't want to make the mistake in the go-round, and in the finals I don't care. Like, I'd rather have that extra point, and
You'd rather go down swinging.
Yes,
than
correct. I'd rather
hit
yeah.
a double.
that's really the tricky part anymore for the level 4. You can't go in there and try and stay out of trouble. I mean, you really have to go in there and try and stick a run on them because otherwise you're not going to mark high enough to make
I
the
would
level
say
4.
that, but I would say, talking to Casey last week, she prepared her horse the exact opposite of what he did, because he sounded feely and electric and emotional. Like if she prepared it like that, it would be easier for her to make a mistake with that horse.
Yeah, blow them up.
He could be a lot of animals, so she was very smart about how she got ready. That's why I was asking, because
it sounds like Casey's horse has got a lot of self-motivation, and you just got to kind of keep it in the box. And you don't want to overdo it and
Try to stay out of his way.
Yeah.
And my answer was to the horses you asked me, who maybe shouldn't have been as good as they were. Like the 2 I showed this year, I don't think it really mattered how I got them ready.
they're pretty good
They're
horses.
just good animals.
Yeah.
Like they don't really care.
Yeah, makes sense. That makes it easier
Yeah.
when you can't make a mistake, when you know you can't make a mistake, it's pretty easy to get them ready.
And even if I make a mistake, they're gonna
They're
help
gonna
me.
bail you out.
Correct. They're
Yeah.
gonna help me. Which all the ones you asked me about, they did not do that.
No, they weren't helping you the night before,
No.
because I remember you got yelled at by a few different people.
That was
And
actually
then
the
you were
first day
second.
we were there. That was the first day we were there, and Tom told my boss that I should probably not be riding in the Aquadome anymore. So I spent the rest of the Futurity riding in the little arena between the Adequan and Barn 6. Because my horse tried to bite all the other horses.
I wasn't going to bring it up that it was Tom, actually, but Tom knew who you were talking about him, and he knew I was talking about him. Nice. We knew, but I wasn't going to inform. I wasn't going to throw anybody under the bus and drive over him again, for being a dick to me at all.
Okay.
Sorry, Tom.
No, that's all good. That's all good. I remember that story well. I told you. I went to you first.
He probably felt sorry for me. Is actually what happened.
And then
He
I
knew
went
what
to-
was going on.
And then I went to Andrea, and I said, "Hey, sorry, I just told your guy, because I didn't know you at that time. So I just told your guy to go somewhere else." He goes, "Oh, I tell him that all the time." Yeah.
Yeah, maybe someday we'll get Andrea on the show, huh?
He didn't. I thought he was already. No.
He's never in town.
He's a busy guy.
Yeah, we never catch him.
Yeah, no. So one thing that I think is going to change the whole look of the industry, and you know a lot of these guys personally because you're from Europe. All the Europeans and the Brazilians, and I don't know if we've seen anybody from Mexico yet. I don't know if we've seen any Mexican guys come up here and be playing in the open levels. Have we?
I think so. The guy who rides with Casey, he's Brazilian, right? The guy that catch rides for
Yeah, he's
Casey Deary.
Brazilian.
Yeah.
Because he did real good.
Yeah. So
That worked for Matt and Jose to play. Has Matt come to
Alejandro.
Alejandro Vasquez. Yeah. He made the Derby finals.
Yeah. He's marked some big scores.
But you also see the product that he's made. He puts out a nice product. You see him riding some horses going, wow, they look good.
Yeah.
I would say he's probably the most prominent one right now.
Yeah.
yeah, from Mexico for sure. But I think, and I don't know about the reining in Brazil because I haven't been there, but I know that we went over this last summer to the reining in France. It was good. I mean, it was legit good. We've talked about that before. I mean, those guys they've got themselves in a position where they can come over here. I think the hardest part about coming over here is a lot of them have to start over. I mean, I think Mirko was very good in Europe, and it took a few years to kind of get. And I think also it takes a minute for them to get used to. Well, you came from there. I think it probably takes a minute to get used to walking around and seeing Andrea and seeing Sean and seeing Cade and seeing all these guys that are at the top end, Casey, and I mean, I think it's
Watching
probably
the horses in the makeup pen is intimidating.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I came when I was very young. Like I was an assistant. I didn't come as a horse trainer. But yeah, it was definitely. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah. I think it just takes a minute for those guys to get comfortable. And I imagine that the way Brazil is starting to get involved in either buying horses, the studs that they're standing, the mares that they're buying. I mean, I feel like Brazil's going to try to to make a big move in the reining horse business in the next, however many years.
They've taken over the PBR, like they're big time into that.
Yeah.
And I think part of the culture down there is the PBR guys and maybe horse people are their Michael Jordans and their Tiger Woodses and their
Well, that's
Nolan Ryans.
100%. I think that's true. Like I know from being in Europe, there's not a lot. It's soccer and car racing
Tennis.
and a little bit of tennis maybe now. Well, a lot of tennis probably now. But when I was over there, I wasn't as much into like there was nobody bigger than Michael Schumacher when I lived in Europe, and the guys. Roberto Baggio playing soccer. I mean, those guys were larger than life.
Yeah.
But those were the only things. I mean, I walked through the airport. I'll never forget. I got on the airport to come home, and there was a Cavallo magazine right there in the airport in the gift shop, and I was on the cover. I was like, I grabbed it and walked around with it for a while.
Hey, you guys don't know this guy. They walk by. I'm like, what's this freak selling this magazine?
Nobody even noticed. But point being is, it's so much. We have so in the U.S. There's so much shit we can do every weekend. From college sports, high school sports, professional sports, all the sports there are. Concerts. I mean, there's just. I think we're just inundated with things to do, and so and now lately with Yellowstone and a lot of the stuff, we're getting a lot of exposure, more exposure than ever, and the Rainans are paying more than ever, and I think that's growing us to another level. But there's so much competition. Where you go to Europe, you go to Brazil, it's a lot bigger deal there because there's not so many distractions. Yeah. You agree with that? You're
Yes.
from there, so yeah. I mean,
What are these sweatshirts you guys are wearing?
Yeah, these are Big John hooked us up. They got the
Grow the show. Yeah.
grow the show, and you are a grower, and he's a shower.
Well, that's because he's off his diet, though. He's been doing 3 meals a day since the fraternity, right? Or still just one?
I cheat some days twice. My daughter likes to have pancakes for breakfast, and I have to help her.
Eat her pancakes.
No.
You have to eat some of them for her.
Yes.
Yeah, she's pretty friendly. Tatum.
Hate them.
Yeah, what's it like having to chase her around?
What? Tell us what happened at the fraternity when you took her with you somewhere. What happened?
Mandy.
Did she
that
run back to
didn't
the?
happen.
Did you lose her?
That
She
didn't
ran back to the
happen.
stalls without you. She found somebody else. They took her to the stalls, and he forgot about her, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well,
Tell us the
I went to
story.
go talk to somebody, and she was on the scooter. So she gets off the scooter. His children were there, or one child she particularly likes, and she starts playing with him. And I'm talking,
And you.
and I drive out
And you forget her.
and turn around. There was no kid, so I'm driving back, and then I'm like, forgot something.
Just don't leave your car. Leave your car running in Arizona in summertime, okay?
I'm
Yeah,
not going
right.
anywhere.
I'm just saying, if you take her with you, you get a car that has the back seat alert. Hey, you left
Yeah,
something
right.
in the back seat, okay? That's all I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I have that.
Okay.
Yeah, and don't let her be hanging around. When she gets a little bit older, you'll be paying more attention to her hanging around little boys. Believe me.
Yeah, and which ones? Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I saw you give her some good advice when she was playing with Toby, Carly's little dog, and he was kind of sketched out, and you're like, don't let it bite you in the face because no one's going to want you after that. You
Yeah.
get bit in the face. I thought that was pretty good for a little girl. You know, set him up right.
Yeah,
It's
no, that was
not a traumatic experience,
that's some great advice. Yeah.
Father of the year.
Not that bad.
Yeah. No, it was in.
So
Good fun.
whose little boy was she running around with?
Trevor.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even say anything bad about that.
Yeah.
I
You
was
probably better stick to that one. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, I can't even say anything bad about that. Trevor Dare's little boy. Yeah, that's. If it was going to be one of them Brazilians, I'd say, watch out.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Yep. But no, Trevor's good.
What other kind of shit happened at the Futurity? You didn't buy any horses. You had some non-pros do well.
I had one non-pro and she made the level 4 finals. Yes.
And a girl. Okay.
Was that the first time she made it?
No.
No, she's made.
Oh,
it
no, that's
before.
right. That's right. Karen.
There wasn't any drama or anything going on. Nobody punched anybody. Nobody. Pretty low key Futurity.
Nobody punched anybody?
I don't think so.
don't think
I didn't
so.
hear
Did
anything.
anybody buy a yearling on their phone and the next way over from the computer? Like Joe did last year?
No.
He was at the auction, but he bought the horse from his computer online.
Yeah.
Kind of a sneaky.
Oh yeah, you don't want to see. You don't want anybody to see you bidding. They
No.
think, "Oh, money bags."
No,
here.
yeah, they see me.
They
and
run
then they
you
go,
straight.
whoa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're like, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And then it just, psht,
Yep.
they got to be careful.
Yep.
No, there wasn't a whole lot of drama, right?
Well, I mean, Joe came out of retirement. We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah. My short.
Was that the
retirement.
first time you showed this
I
year?
think that was the first time, yeah. And I was bionic. I mean, all you guys were so impressed.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was going crazy. Even Cooper Smith was like telling Katie, he's like, you're 224 in the buckskin? Nothing against Joe's 214 and a half.
No.
Like, he was just like, dude, you are the man. I mean,
Everybody was.
Yeah.
You came out of there, and I thought, well, he got along okay, and they said 214, and I thought, well, he's gonna be a little
14 and a half,
disappointed.
14 and a half.
Yeah, 14 and a half. I
He's
thought,
gonna be
well,
disappointed. He's
but
gonna have to
he
show this
wasn't.
thing
He was
again.
like,
Like,
yes.
yeah. That's what I was going for.
He was so happy. He had a big smile.
No, like Ruben came up. He was like, man, you are the man. He's like, you're the best showman here. Like, seriously. Everybody was so impressed. So, yeah. No, I was pretty pumped. Because I was. Not showing all year kind of blows your confidence
How'd
a
you
little
do in the
bit.
semifinals?
Semifinals weren't as good, but see, it's great when you come around. I got turned and circled good,
Yeah.
And then, but when you come around the corner, come around the ends, and you got Cade and Mandy there, and they're like trying to pull a little harder, and I'm already pulling as much as I can, and then you come, so that doesn't work.
And they're laughing at you.
Well, yeah, see, I didn't
Yeah.
hear the laugh. It was just like, do it, dude, you're the man. And then come around the corner again, and the horse is deaf anyway. And Mandy goes, "Try not saying whoa," So tried that. That didn't quite work, But in the first go, run in, stopped
Yeah,
to half,
shit,
which
yeah.
I think surprised everybody.
Yeah.
Got turned to half the one way, 0 the second. Awesome circles. I mean, I pushed that thing right to the center, slowed down, bam.
Well, I'm going to be honest. You showed two. You showed two for Cade.
Yeah. Second
And-
one didn't work very good. That was a better horse.
But let's. I was sitting back in the bus and I'm like, I got to go watch Joe. Joe always comes out, watches mine. I got to get up and go watch Joe. So I went out to watch you, and I got there, and then I saw it was that horse and not the other horse, and I was like, I got up. I didn't think it was going to be that good.
Yeah.
And then
I
you-
got up for the wrong horse.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to support Joe, but I didn't want to support him on this
that
thing.
one. No.
And then you were great. I mean, I don't know if you're great, but you were pretty good.
For that particular time, I thought I was great.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to float my own boat, but I thought it was pretty phenomenal.
You're kind of doing that.
well, like I said, this situation,
Yeah.
yes, I did a phenomenal job.
Like if you were one of those
Okay.
old school Reebok pump up shoes,
dude, pump
Yeah.
it
you're
up.
pumping it up right
Boom.
now. You're
Yeah.
full, dude.
Yes.
Tension is getting high.
Yes, dude. I'm not going
No.
getting deflated. No, it was pretty sweet. Now, the semifinals, I think you even asked. You were like, do I need to come watch? And I'm like, nah, you don't need to do, because you needed to get your sleep. You
Yeah.
know? And I said, no, it wasn't necessary.
But I did.
Did you for the semifinals?
Maybe I watched it on the computer.
Yeah, I think you watched it in the
I
bus.
remember. Yeah, it's possible. Maybe it was my fault. I should have been there.
No, I think it would.
It was going bad before that.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling as.
Okay, serious question. Do you think how much did it affect you not showing all year than showing one?
Really, once I got in the chute, and actually getting ready the night before, not too much, but
Mm.
all year, yeah. I was thinking about it, but no, it really
'Cause-
wasn't too much. I didn't have any ring rust or anything.
Last year I showed a bunch, And the year before that, I kind of showed a little bit. But last year, I showed a lot. Even a lot of ancillary classes. Yeah. I thought it helped me. I thought it helped me timing-wise, speed-wise. I thought to myself, damn. Practice does help. I thought I was good at showing, but I wasn't. I was sharp by the end of the year. I'd showed a bunch. I was sharp.
Yeah. No, and then in previous years, obviously, when you're showing all year, it's way easier. Yeah. But both those horses, I had them 20 rides. Yeah. I only got to show ride them a few times. Yeah.
And you had real high expectations from the sound of it.
Yeah, I think everybody did. And I tried to get out of the one. I told Kate, I'm like, man, I don't know if this is going to work. He's like,
I tried to do that to a McCutcheon too, and they said, no, hey, you're going. You had your chance. Yeah. You said you're showing. You get your butt in there.
You're committed at that point.
No, that's what Kate said. He goes, no, if you don't take that horse, you're going to ride the other one longer, and you haven't been in the pen. And I mean, he was right. I was trying to get out of it, but I've never not shown a horse or scratched one. So I was like, screw it, let's just do it. And like I said, I was pretty freaking amazing.
Yeah, you were.
I was a grower.
Yeah.
And a shower that day. That was,
that was pretty.
I think
impressive.
Being a grower kind of fits you in more than one aspect of the phrase on the front of the shirt. To be honest with you.
No.
Did anybody show the first day this year at the Futurity?
I did.
What'd you guys think?
I marked a 210 with no penalties.
You were 210 with no penalties.
No penalties. I was a 210.
Didn't I go the first day? Oh no, I didn't go the first day.
I did.
Yeah, Kate had one. Had the yellow.
I didn't show the first day, but it felt so much longer getting ready with the extra day. I really liked it. Like I thought that was.
I was ready. I'm not gonna tell you I wasn't ready. I was ready.
you were ready.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, luckily I showed the third day and the fourth day, which ended up perfect.
Yeah. Well, I showed those days too, but I showed the first day and I marked a 210 with no penalties. And being a open horse trainer, it don't feel so good.
No. Well, what about, we never talked about poor Gennaro's crew.
Oh man, that is some drama that happened.
Yeah, that was kind of the biggest drama.
So every horse that
had to be late entered,
Mark Gordon had, or I think it was Mark Gordon.
Correct. Yes.
Their secretary, whoever, forgot to designate the riders.
They couldn't have been just designated riders.
No, I think they were. Yeah, they weren't.
They would have been in the top of the draw, all of them. They weren't in the draw at all.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were rider not designated.
I forgot that the entries were due on the 6th of November.
Gotcha.
Oh.
There was about 10 horses that were late entered, and he made the level 4 finals from a negative entry. Yeah. I mean, that's cool. I watched his go.
It was good.
His first go-round horse was draw -1, and he marked a 21.5.
No, not the first one. Second one.
His second horse he showed was draw -1.
Oh, yeah. His first one might have been drawn -7 or 10.
Yeah, it was -10 or 11, and then it was
draw -1 was a 221.5, and he makes the level 4 finals from a negative draw.
And he made the level 4 semis with the one he showed the next morning.
That was like -2 or something.
Whatever, yeah.
Really?
They had 3 the next morning, I believe.
Yeah.
Because they already had 11 the first day, so then they let him come back.
Yeah.
Because if not, he would have had to show 3.
But they should do that. I know somebody might say it's not fair, but we can't be a complete jackass.
It takes just a little bit of common sense. Yeah. Just set it up so you can get him ready.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You got to enter Silver and Hickory at the Derby.
Nope. I don't remember.
I just told him, and he showed him. Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah, and you had to go draw 1, right?
Yeah, draw -1.
-1. Yeah.
How'd you do?
Made the finals.
Oh.
I was second this year at the Derby, too.
He's a good horse, and he was trained by a guy that never got an ass chewing. The F word was never said to him multiple times while he was fencing this horse. He never got the rein thrown back at him and said, I don't know what you've been doing, but you're so damn dumb I can't explain it to you. All those conversations happened with that horse. He used to fence him for me. I was scared to death every day, handing it back to him. Oh, shit, this is going to hurt. Some days were better than others, but they sucked. A lot of days sucked, dude.
Hey, you know what? I'm glad all of that developed you into the man you are today.
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
An emotional wreck.
Yeah.
I take meds. I have mental stability issues. And this week, some may consider me to be an alcoholic, right, John? Just this week. I mean, yeah, I've had a couple drinks every night this week, but starting tomorrow.
And you pass that on to your help too. That way of thinking that Tom put onto you, right? That way of training and all that positive, feedback.
Yeah, she's leaving.
Oh no, really? Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's leaving. Yeah. She's going to Andreas.
So she's just legged up is all.
Oh, I just got her warmed up.
Yeah.
She thought her confidence was shattered before.
Yeah. Yeah, be ready.
Well, sometimes with horses, you just can't explain certain situations. And the best way to do it is just by saying how dumb you really are. You really suck at this. And that, it kind of sinks in. You do actually learn to get better by not telling somebody how to do it.
Yeah.
He did. And Gunny, in fairness, turned into a very good horse trainer. I don't know that all of his mental issues are on me. I think he came, I maybe cultivated them a little, but I think he came with them.
Well, yeah, because you told him to lay awake at night and thinking about what you're doing, wasn't it?
I've had sleep problems
Since then.
Yeah, I've talked to therapists
Yeah.
and doctors. The
Psychologist.
Yeah, and the drug that starts with a Z, so it helps me get my Z's. That's a big part of my life now.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think he told you to lay awake at night, and I heard the story, and then I tried laying awake at night and thinking about it, and it didn't work so good.
Yeah, but you were probably self-medicating with something else.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Which helped you sleep, helped you not
Absolutely, that was
carry
part
a
of it.
guilty conscience with you.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I just been drinking too much lately. But
I think you and him only had one of those. Like he and Gunny would do it all the time. You and him only.
Yeah, no, it was just once, I think.
he did it to me for 4 years straight, dude.
Yeah. No,
But
see, I know, but we didn't
I
change
just thought
horses.
about it a second.
We didn't change horses back and forth though either, like you guys did.
Well, he really cared about me.
Yeah. Yeah. By the time it got to me, he wasn't really caring about
he
anybody.
really cared about how I did.
Joe's words back to Tom because you didn't say anything. Joe said words back. I'm not Gunny. Can you explain it to me better?
Yeah, I think it was something like that. Yeah. Yeah, it got kind of heated. And Mandy walked away.
Well,
It was all good.
I was scared. I didn't want to lose my job.
Yeah. Can you explain it to me better than that? Apparently not.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
We were trying.
Time's almost up, you guys. Come on.
Oh, we got to do your
Let me
thing.
talk about this. This is cool, huh, Arno?
Very cool.
This was a gift from the Two Ravens Foundation. And they're a group of military guys that are starting to help veterans that are leaving the Army and the camaraderie that the Army or the military brings them, and they're bringing them into the horse community. So they gave me this because I donated a pair of spurs to a different military organization, and this is they actually just gave me this to pay it forward because I'm going to take these gun barrels and make a pair of spurs and a bridle bit, and we're going to auction them off at the Run for the Million, we hope. And we're going to raise money for the Two Ravens Foundation. So Charlie thought it'd be a good idea that I come on here and talk about it. So
And then
that's
you made spurs out of another gun barrel for Run for a Million a couple years ago, right?
yeah, and that was for the Night Stalkers Association. So a lot of these guys are actually Night Stalkers too, and I don't know what that means, but I know they're bad MFers. Okay, and this is an actual end of a gun. This is a minigun barrel that flies with the Black Hawk helicopters. So it's pretty cool. This gun is a Dillon Arrow gun. They're manufactured right there in Scottsdale. So
Oh, wow.
I got an email into them to see what kind of metal this is made out of to try to learn how to forge it correctly. Because the last set they gave me, somebody in the Night Stalkers had forged the barrels down into steel already. I just had to make a pair of spurs out of some rough Damascus. This time, I have the gun barrels. I have 10 of these gun barrels. that I get to do everything with. So Arno's going to see my new hydraulic press tomorrow. We're going to forge some Damascus, and never done that before, and make some money for the Two Ravens Foundation. But it's pretty neat. Nathan Piper's involved, and they're gonna get a lot of ex-military guys involved in the horse community, because the one thing those guys have in the military is they have a real deep brotherhood. You know, it's like a family. And whenever they're done with the military, you know, everybody kind of goes their separate ways, and they just don't have that team, you know. But the horse community is quite a big family. You know, every horse show we get to go see our friends, and it's like we never missed a beat. So it'll be a good place for veterans to fit in somewhere. And maybe,
how much did the Spurs bring when you did it for the Night Stuff?
They sold for $130,000.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
That's pretty incredible.
yeah, and Shannon Herschel Reed bought them, and the people that own Patriot. And Rhodes River Ranch, Gene Rhodes was second place, or Diamond Dub was second or third. Like they were, all of our friends were there bidding on them, trying to give their money to the military. So it's a cool platform for me to be able to talk about this and hopefully donate and get them guys a lot of money for what they've provided for us. So I just thought I'd show my plaque. It says "Grow the Show." They watch the show too. They're like 4 of the 10s of viewers.
Yeah.
They're like 40% of the 10. I mean, well, he's 40% of the 10s of viewers, but they're like another 40%. So
Right on.
yeah, huh? I think I got 6 months to build them, but I'm gonna try. It's December now. I'm gonna try to. They have a competition at the Paint World in July. It's either in June or July, the Paint World, and I'm going to try to finish them for that and try to bring them to a few horse shows and promote them in their booth to see if we can't get some interest drummed up for these guys. So it's going to be fun.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, very cool.
Thanks for letting me show that thing to you. A veteran actually made part of that who's no longer with us. So that don't speak volumes to what these guys do for us.
Yeah, no, it's pretty. I think that's something we all these guys that say, "Oh, we're going to go live somewhere else. We're going to leave the country. If this goes that way or that goes that way, we're going." Yeah, go live somewhere else. You'll be back.
Yeah.
I mean, we live in the greatest country on earth, and in my opinion, and yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks to all those guys.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I'm pretty excited to be a part of it, and humbled to be a part of it, to be honest with you. So, very humbling.
All right.
Cool.
Well, thanks everybody.
Yeah. Thanks, Arno.
Thank you
Thanks,
guys.
Arno.
Grow the show.
Grow the show.